Mark Webb, W section. Sorry. I just have a quick question of clarification with the attorney. The 90-day cycle, does that start at the resignation day of Kathy, August 23rd?
Is that
So 90 days from August 23rd puts you in the middle of November, far after the election day. My question is, aren't you taking out of disrespect the elected officials that'll be on this dais, elected by us, to make the final decision of who would fill that seat? That's a question you're going to have to face the voting public, depending on how that decision is made and who gets to sit her. Do all you want with the meetings, find great candidates, put a lot of effort. That benefits the new people coming in, but the decision needs to be held, and I believe based on the math I heard, after November 5th. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any other speakers? Yes, sir.
Morning, Council. Dennis McDonald. I'm real uncomfortable with anything other than an election. And I think everybody sitting behind me, for the most part, it feels the same way. And I think the city feels the same way. Essentially, we just went through an election with some very startling results. You know, those results are going to put 3 out of 4 seats here, you know, with new people in them in a matter of months. And so I think it's a real mistake for, if you can't have an election where we can go and vote on the person who's going to take Ms. Hyder's spot, okay, then I think the thing to do is put this whole thing off, okay, until there's a new council that's sitting that we just voted for just last week. Okay, that's what should be going on. The people that should be selecting, if the attorney says that the only way this can be done is an appointment, okay, that's what the charter says, we'll go with the charter, okay? But it doesn't say that the people that are going to be sitting in those seats in a matter of a couple months can't make that decision, because I believe there's a 90-day space in there. So, you know, I would encourage you to just gracefully bow out of this, okay, and not force this on to the people of Palm Coast. And I'd like to comment about something that Celia said. You know, the people that you appointed into those seats, okay, they may have felt good to the people who were sitting on the council, but they didn't feel good to the residents of this city. And I have to tell you, for one, I'm tired of expensive green water for us to drink. I'm tired of having to pack a lunch to get down one end of 100 to the other. Okay, and I'm tired of looking at flooding in people's homes and their lives totally disrupted. That we need to make some really big changes in the council, and we have. We made those recently, and we're going to make more in November. So please, bow out of this, I ask you, okay, and let the new council pick. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. All right, next speaker, please. Let's have respect for the next speaker, please. Thank you, Yes. We're still... This is regarding the appointment, right?
Good morning.
Don't worry, I'll get to you.
Good morning. Ralph Lightfoot from the F side.
Yes.
Once I agree with McDonald. I think that put yourself, those of you who are going off the council, put yourself in the shoes of the people who are in the runoffs. Wouldn't you prefer to have to decide on who you're going to be working with for 2 years? To me, that makes a lot of sense. But what I'm disappointed with is that those that are in a runoff, except for Jeffrey, I would be here talking to you guys about this possibility, you know, of the people in the runoff making that decision. I'm disappointed that they're not here, you know, to address that particular case. Those that are in the runoff, they should be here saying what I'm saying, that they should be given the opportunity to make the decision on who they're going to be working with for 2 years. Thanks.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else on this issue? Yes, sir.
Mike Norris, Tulima Place. I spoke with Katie this morning over at Supervisor of Elections office, and we're not going to, you have to go by the charter, plain and simple. You have to go by the charter. So the next election is the one coming up in November. I'd say open up the application for 5 days, try to get it on the ballot, and let it be democratic. I know you're worried about the money, Ms. Pontieri, but we're going to see who the community supports if you get 2 or 3 candidates on that ballot. So I would suggest I'd open up the application process for 5 business days, get it to Katie so she can get it on the ballot, and go from there. Because everyone in this room wants it to be done democratically, and especially right now, everyone's saying they want a special election, which Katie said it probably costs us over $100,000 to do a special election, which it violates the charter technically, because you appoint or the next scheduled election. So I'd say open up the application process for 5 days. Everyone with interest for that slot applies for the slot, and have Katie put it on the ballot if we can meet that timeline. I would say in 5 days, you could do it in 5 days, because they're not going to go to print until they have the names on the ballot. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else in the public want to comment? Yes, sir.
Good morning. Ray Stevens, Seminole Woods. I would like to echo the statements of the previous speakers in respect to a special election as opposed to an appointment, whether it be done in secret or in public. Provisions can be made to have a special election if you have a 90-day window to appoint somebody. It could be a temporary appointment. And to give the supervisor of elections and/or the clerk time to have a special election, it's my understanding that usually happens, this supervisor of elections makes provisions for elections in Flagler Beach or in Bunnell in March. And this special election would reduce the cost if that were held at the same time. And I think that the people are entitled to make this choice, not for all intents and purposes a lame duck city council. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Anyone else?